Hey bros, hope you're all doing well. This is the first in a little series that I'm going to be doing called Broker Basics, and it's all going to be focused around one key topic to help you get more results in your brokerage, help you get more results in sales, advice, marketing, things that I think are absolutely key that you need to be doing every single day within your business and your brokerage. I've spent the last 12 months almost now working on Mortgage Pro, and I've definitely found my passion for teaching, training, coaching, mentoring, helping to change this industry from the ground up. I've been a broker since 2003, and I understand the pain, frustration, anxiety, worry, aggravations, annoyances, everything that this industry potentially brings. But equally, it brings a lot of financial reward. It brings a lot of personal reward when you start helping and changing people's lives. Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Nick. Thanks for tuning in. So this first Broker Basic is going to be around signposting. So what signposting ultimately is it's actually laying out the foundation of what you're going to be doing for your client. Morning, Mike. Morning, Akil. And I think it's really, really important that the first conversation that you had with your client is telling them what's going to happen, because people don't like to feel like they're being sold to. So I think it's vital that you signpost straight from the off. Now, what does that actually mean? It means that you tell your client what is going to happen, what they can expect during the process of working with you. If you actually tell your client that you're going to be discussing protection, then it doesn't actually feel scary. So it's vitally important that on that first conversation, number one, you build rapport. You make sure that you befriend your client, you get them on your side, you make sure that they understand that you're the best person to be doing business with them. But then after that, you tell them everything that's going to be happening and you lay it out. So for example, yes, we can definitely help you. After this conversation, I'm going to send you an email. On that email is a list of all the documentation that you need to send to us to get back to us. Once I've got that documentation, I'm then going to give you a call and fill a fact find in. That fact find is going to give me all the information that I need to be able to go and do my research. Once I've then done my research, and what that research actually entails is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. It's going to take me X number of hours. I'm going to be looking at all this, that, and the other. And whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to also be quoting to make sure that you are not left with just the home, but if anything were to happen to either one of you, you're left with the home and not with the debt. And that's going to mean that I'm going to provide you with some additional quotations, some additional aspects that you're going to need to consider, because it's very important to you, isn't it, that if anything were to happen to either one of you, that the debt's going to be paid off, isn't it? And you're going to get a yes. Now, once I've done that and I've presented you with the quotations, what we're then going to do is we're going to go through an agreement in principle. That's going to enable you to go out and find the house in confidence, knowing that you've actually got the mortgage that you're looking for. And then once you've found the house, I'm going to need solicitors, estate agents, property details, address, etc., etc. And then I'm going to submit and key the full application to the lender. Now, this is where I also provide all their additional documentation, and we're then going to work, because I work for you. So I'm going to make sure that you get your mortgage offer, which is the major point, in the quickest possible timescale. And what that could mean is once I've submitted it to the lender, they may come back and ask for additional information that you weren't aware of. Some extra details and everything else that is going to be needed. So once we've done that, usually within a week to 4 weeks, depending on the complexity of the case, we can obviously position that if they're a vanilla sole trade, vanilla employed, or if they're 2 years limited company accounts. You position it to them in terms of how long it's going to take. You make sure that you overpromise, you underpromise, and you overdeliver. And then you turn around and say, once we've got your mortgage offer, I'm going to ask you to give me a testimonial and a review at that stage, because that's when the hard work is really completed. Is that going to be okay? Yes. And then once we get to that point, the main thing, once we've left your testimonial, is I need you to have a think about the 2 or 3 people who I may be able to assist. Now, if you say 2 or 3, you'll get 1. So what you do is you turn around and you double it and you say 5 or 6 people that are going to be able to help. The best type of people that I like to work with are people that are friends and family of everybody that I've worked with, because that makes sure that, working for people who are just like you is so important to me, and helping your friends and family is going to help me to grow my business, because rather than spending on expensive marketing and wasting money on trying to get leads through the internet and all of that. I like to build my referral network. And the beauty of doing that means that I can create wow moments for you. And that's when you spend your marketing budget on champagne, branded bottles, hampers, gifts that actually you send out to each and every single one. And what you do is you don't send it to their house. You send it to their business, because then everybody else in the office is going to see that gift and they're going to go, hang on a minute, my broker didn't send me a little hamper. And then you're going to get more referrals and recommendations and everything else off of the back of that. So when you tell your client that you're going to be discussing protection, that you're going to be recommending them for a will, that they are going to be sending you referrals, that you're going to make sure that they're fully protected and you cover off all those aspects, you are not a mortgage broker any longer. You are now helping them almost as a financial planner or a mortgage planner. If you go and listen to my podcast that I did with Pete Matthews, we talk about that a lot. I think it's really important that we start to position ourselves differently to the client. And it all happens in that first 5 to 30 minute conversation. You can choose to be like everybody else. You can choose to be an order taker and just do a mortgage. I treat the mortgage as if I'm going to get it anyway, and I would recommend that you do too. Your focus should be on all the ancillary products that you can offer, because particularly if you're investing money into your wow moments for your clients, particularly if you're spending money on leads, all you are ultimately doing is taking away money that you could actually be investing into. All you're doing with the mortgage is just covering those costs. The way in which you make products is through affiliates, through recommendations, through partnerships, and through everything else. So signpost and tell your client the process that they're going to be going through straight from the off. Thanks very much, Kerry, Stacey, Lucy, Chris, Paddy, Nick, Alan, Sam, everybody for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I'm at an event today. So I'm talking about sales today to a room of general business owners. One of the courses I'm going to be running underneath Mortgage Pro is going to be a sales focused course. So we've got the fantastic Mortgage Advisor course coming up in March. So my passion really is helping mortgage brokers, particularly to become DA if that's an opportunity that they want to consider, but also to improve your processes, your advice, your income, help you create more leads, more sales, more profit, and more time. So if any of you need some assistance with that, then let me know. You've got the academy, you've got the mastermind, and you've got the courses that I'm going to be growing on. My whole focus this year for 2020 is not on building my brokerage. We will do £1 million as a team of 6. And I'm happy to keep it at that level because I want to put my future in your hands. Have a fantastic day. And remember, now is the time to become pro.